Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. It's that time of the day. It's that time of the week. Guess what? It's Friday. It's a Freaky Friday, Friday the 13th, happy hour, a dish of Crackpot, the conspiracy podcast.
Brought to you by...
Yeah. Ooh, brought to you by Samsung. We've been looking for corporate sponsors for weeks now.
Yeah.
And we're working on it. We
turned a few down, right?
Yeah, we get calls all the time from like big-time executives, oil executives,
right.
Just constantly calling the listener line. Porsche called the other day. I had to turn them down.
Oh, really?
Its insurance is too high, obviously, so that didn't really work for us.
Yeah.
But whatever, right?
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
We'll find the right one eventually.
Yeah. So if you're a billionaire, CEO, CFO, COO, heck, even a CIO, I don't care.
Intelligence?
Think about it. Information technology.
Yeah.
Then go ahead and give us a call. The Crackpot listener line number is in the show notes. You can check that out. Or go ahead and just email us. If you want to plug a product here, if you've got a sweet Tesla you want in the background. What else, Tim?
We'll brandish handguns and smoke cigarettes.
That's right. Yeah. Absolutely. We'll sell out to anybody.
Yeah,
yep.
It's
for the right price, unless the insurance is too high. I guess that's the one constraint.
Yeah.
But Tim, we just finished taping a show about 27 Club.
27 Club.
Yeah.
I really liked it. Can I say that?
You are allowed, yeah.
Okay. I really liked it. It was fun.
How come?
Music.
Uh-huh.
Conspiracies.
Yes.
The devil.
Yes.
So what's not to like?
That's a good point. Yeah, it had a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah.
I think
we had sex, we had drugs, we had rock and roll.
Blues. We had
Satan himself showed up.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, which is pretty sweet.
What else?
A whole bunch of stuff.
We talked about bands from the 90s.
Yes.
That we like and don't like.
We also talked stats, which was kind of a new place for us.
Stats and figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
STEM is cool. I was going to say, though, and I forgot what it was, so I'll keep talking for a sec while I think about it. I don't honestly remember.
It's a nice shirt. Did you, were you chopping wood earlier? Is that,
I'm from a town that basically its sole existence was a lumber mill.
Yep.
And a paper manufacturing, company. So so this is. I was born with this.
Good. Yeah, you've grown into it well.
It came out really big. Imagine a baby swaddled in this thing.
No, I don't want to.
Our high school mascot was a lumberjack.
Was it really?
Yeah, and legitimately, the river that went through the town of Cloquet. Shout out to Cloquet Senior High School. That river actually had lumberjacks. That's floating down the river on logs. Like, I'm not making this up.
Oh, well, I'm not accusing you of making it up.
What was your stupid high school?
A Wolverine, man. We're Wolverine.
Okay.
Because what's more fearsome?
Yeah, okay, so
I don't know. Yeah.
Do Wolverines live in Wisconsin?
No.
Okay.
But it starts with a W.
Ah, okay. And it kind of rhymes.
I went to Waukesha West.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you go.
Well, so I find it funny because I've been reading the... So I have two young boys, obviously. Not obviously. I have two young boys.
Obviously.
We've been... One of the rules I have is to not get superhero books at the library.
Oh, interesting.
Just because usually... I'm not talking comics. I'm talking like picture books.
Okay.
The story is so awful. They've dumbed it down and distilled it to the point where it's basically just not even interesting anymore. And the dialogue's always terrible. However, we got the Wolverine backstory. Yeah. My favorite superhero backstory by far.
I was never into the X-Men. I was never really into comics.
Yeah, same.
I don't know.
Same. I'm only really getting into it now because of them a little bit, which is funny.
Dad.
I know.
Who would win, Wolverine or Batman?
Oh, yeah. That's like half my day. But anyway, so Wolverine, getting back to your high school mascot.
Yes. It was actually Wolverine. Now, I'm not saying it was the animal, like the guy with the... Yeah.
Can you do that?
They did it.
That doesn't sound real to me. Like illegal, at least.
Yeah, who's going to sue a high school? Like, really?
Me? Wait, what's the name again?
No, I mean, Waukesha North Stars. That was it. Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, 27 Club.
Yeah.
What were your favorite people, famous people who died at the age of 27 who you did not talk about or looked into it and you're like, it's not enough to talk about for this one?
Well, I have a complicated relationship with Jim Morrison because I don't really like the Doors.
Same.
I just don't find their music very good. That being said...
Is it the lack of the bass player?
No. And here's the problem too. So what is it?
Is it Ray Manzarek?
Ray Manzarek was like super interesting as a person and a very, 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 very good musician.
What he was a person like why? Like what?
So he died I think 2 or 3 years ago, but he did a Fresh Air interview with Terry Gross.
Yeah.
And he like walked through how they derived some of their like music and like what he was influenced by, and it was all like Bach and Mozart.
Really?
Like, super fascinating. I was like, I didn't realize they actually thought about what they were writing, because I feel like so much of what he did was a stream of consciousness.
Like Jim Morrison writes like a freshman, English student.
It's unlistenable as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's just not good. Now, I will say, I mean, there are some good songs. Like, I'm not going to say like everything they've ever done is bad, but the live album, I think it's just called Doors Live.
Okay.
It's fun.
Sure.
Like, it's not something I jam out to all the time, but like, it's a good concert, you know?
Yeah.
So, there's that.
Yeah, no, so I'd say Jim Morrison would be one that I thought there was maybe more to it, but actually wasn't. After digging in a little tiny bit, like not a ton there. And quite honestly, I think Jimi Hendrix would probably be my favorite person on that list.
Yeah, right.
So, how about you?
Amy Winehouse.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, there's really no conspiracy to it, but she's, I don't know what it is about her. So, interestingly, so when she got big, I don't even know what year it was.
2010, maybe 2008 or something like that?
Yeah, no, it was before that. It was before I moved up here. But anyway, I heard her song at like a bar or something, and there was a DJ just like playing music, and he had like 30 seconds of one of her songs off of the famous Back to Black.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that sounds so good. Like, it just sounds good. And I went up and I was like, I've never heard that. Like, who was I? He's like, I don't know. Let me look again. Amy Winehouse? I was like, okay, I'm writing that down. And so the next day I had kind of a long commute, and I would always listen to, the equivalent of The Current here. You know, it's kind of independent local station. And I called in and I was like, hey, you got to play Amy Winehouse. And they're like, never heard of her. I was like, okay, just like take some time over your commercial break or whatever. Just look her up. It's worth it. It is really, really good. You would like it. And I'm not saying like I caused her to like get big in Milwaukee or anything like that, but it was like, the weeks after that, like she exploded. But I mean, the thing about her music that I love is, she's a great songwriter. Her voice is amazing, but that first album specifically, produced by Mick Ronson, and the backing band was the Dap Kings, and they are so good. Do you like Sharon Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the band.
Yeah, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Sharon Jones and
the Dap Kings. Yeah,
I saw her live.
Sharon?
Years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago probably.
Oh, wow. How was that?
That was great.
Oh, she's so good.
Yeah,
I have like all her stuff on vinyl. But anyway, I digress. But I guess when she died, I very distinctly remember finding out it was like 5 days before I took the bar exam. I was like, for 2 solid months, I was studying literally from 7 in the morning until 10 at night, and then sleeping and doing it all again, just trying to memorize everything. So like my brain was fried. I was just like, in a bad place, getting ready to take the bar, and then I found that out, and I just cried. And it's like not something I would normally do over a pop star. It was probably more about my mental space than her, but yeah, it just really affected me.
Exactly.
But, she's so talented, just cut down in her prime, so tragic.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, it was a really interesting It was a really interesting. We're not editing this.
We can't edit it. Nope, that's it.
That would normally get edited out. Edited is also a very hard word to say.
It is.
Anyways, we are going to wrap it up here. Thanks everybody for listening. Check out the show Monday morning, bright and early, 5
Send us your ideas
CST.
for sponsors. Go to our Patreon page, sign up as a patron, and then tell us about who we should get us a sponsor.
That's right. Boeing, we're looking squarely at you.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. We will see you bright and early, 5 a.m. CST, Monday morning. And
bright
and early?
Weekend.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is that?
All right, we'll see you next week.
Thanks.